Welcome back. Today we are covering the last day of Learning Target 9, which is day 6 on determining if equations have 0, 1, or many solutions. And our two big vocab words that will help us with telling this are identity and inconsistent. If we see the word, if our equation when we solve it is inconsistent, which you'll see what we mean by that in a little while, that will mean that it has no solutions. Now, on the other hand, if we see the word identity, that will mean that it has many solutions. And some of you are probably wondering now, well, how can something have many solutions? We will be taking a look at that and you will see how that works. So our first problem, we need to determine if the equation has 0, 1, or many solutions. I'm going to start out reviewing the steps before we actually get into our first example, because these are actually a review from yesterday. Yesterday we talked about making sure we simplify each side of the equation and then getting the variable terms together on the same side of the equation. And then we get into our usual steps 3 and 4 of using order of operations backwards, and then using the golden rule to cancel that operation, repeating those as necessary, and then today we are going to add a step 6 of answering the question of how many solutions that there are. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first example. Our first example is 4 times the quantity 3m plus 4 equal to 2 times the quantity 6m plus 8. So first we want to simplify each side of the equation. So I'm going to use my distributive property. 4 times 3m is 12m, and 4 times 4 is positive 16. And on the right hand side, 2 times 6m is 12m, and 2 times 8 is 16. So now our next step is going to be to get the variable terms together on the same side of the equation. So I'm going to choose to subtract 12m on both sides, which when I do that, 12m minus 12m, well, that cancels, giving me 16. And then 12m minus 12m, that cancels, leaving me with 16. Now 16 equals 16, that is a true statement. This is what we call an identity, because 16 does equal 16, it equals itself. So therefore, this means that we have many solutions. This is what we are referring to when we say many solutions. So let's take a look at another example. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a shade here to help us out with seeing a little better. So now when we look at this one, I see on the left-hand side when we simplify, I've got 5x plus 2x, which gives me 7x minus 3. And then on the right-hand side, I have negative 3x plus 10x, which gives me 7x. So now I want to get the variable terms together on one side, but being that on the right-hand side I only have one term, I don't want to bring that to the other side because that's only going to serve to leave 2 terms on one side and nothing on the other. So I'm going to subtract 7x from this side, which means I also have to subtract 7x from this side. 7x minus 7x cancels, leaving me with negative 3. And 7x minus 7x cancels, leaving me with 0. Well, negative 3 does not equal 0. So this would be where we talked about having an inconsistency. I can't spell today, so let's try that again. Inconsistent. And what this means is that we have no solution. We'll pick this up with some fractions and decimals after this break into the next video.